Hello my nephews, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time coming, but we finally hit the time skip and now I'm back with another Terraria video. Just a little refresher from what happened before. In the previous video I fought the queen bee, and then towards the end of the video I had a prompt in my game telling me that the Goblin Army was coming. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to take down the Goblin Army and maybe some other tips and tricks as well. And now without further ado, let's get gaming. So the Goblin Army is an event triggered when you've destroyed a shadow orb / a crimson heart and you've had 200 or more health. That's equivalent to 10 hearts. But that's an event triggered at random. If you want to intentionally spawn in the Goblin Army, here's what you can do. You can craft a Goblin Battle Standard. You would need 5 wood and 10 tattered cloth. To get tattered cloth, there are drops from Goblin Scouts you would come across in your world. Roughly around the 1/3 and the 2/3 of the world. For me, in my experience, I've seen them usually in the jungle. Personally, this alternative is a bit more difficult to achieve, but if you are in need of them to spawn, this would be the solution. So the 5 enemy types consists of the Goblin Peon, the Goblin Thief, the Goblin Archer, the Goblin Sorcerer, and the Goblin Warrior. Personally, I think the Goblin Peon and the Goblin Thief are easy to dispose of. The Goblin Archer and the Goblin Sorcerer are maybe a little bit more difficult to take care of, considering that they are range types. And then the Goblin Warrior. Me assuming that you have 200 plus health and possibly Crimtane armor and Crimtane gear, the Goblin Army shouldn't be too hard on normal difficulty. So on the bottom right, you'll see a prompt with a percentage bar and then it says Goblin Army. That prompt shows you how much percentage of the Goblin Army you have defeated. So what you want to do is to get that bar to 100%. How you do that is you continue to defeat the Goblin Army. The thing with then events is whether you die or not, the event will still continue. That makes things a little bit easier. Whereas if you spawn a boss, you lose against the boss, that means the boss has defeated you and it will run away. Here we go. We almost defeated the Goblin Army. And there you go, on the bottom left hand side of the screen, it says the Goblin Army has been defeated. Good job, nephews. So once you've defeated the Goblin Army, one of my most favorite NPCs will spawn into your world, and that is the Goblin Tinkerer. He's not just going to spawn in your world. The Goblin Tinkerer would be tied up in the underground caverns and you'll need to look for him. But once you do, he would be a great addition to the game. So what I'm doing right now is optional. I'm doing queen bee farming. For me, I personally think that the stuff the queen bee drops is pretty good for beginners. So what we're trying to get is the queen bee armor and the hornet stuff. So what we want from the queen bee right now is 30 bee wax for the armor and 14 bee wax for the hornet stuff. The benefit of having bee armor is that you can spawn multiple minions at once instead of just one minion. Just as you can see right now, I spawned an extra 2 minions on top of my first one. So in total I have 3 minions. And now I'm going to demonstrate you the power of the bee armor. This is the amount of bosses we have defeated so far. But now we're going to fight another boss. And that boss is the King Slime. Let's go. So there are 2 ways of spawning the King Slime. A way that the Slime King can be spawned is through the Slime Rain event. You'll get a prompt saying that there's slime raining in your world, the requirement is 150 slimes defeated. If you aren't bothered waiting for that event to come, then the other requirement is you would need a gold crown, and for a gold crown you need 5 gold bars and 1 ruby and also 20 gel. So with these things you craft it in a crimson altar / demon altar, and that would get you the Slime King spawner. Okay, here we go. We're going to spawn in the Slime King in just a moment. We're getting prepped. We're prepping up for the Slime King right now. And let's do it. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And as you can see, the bees are making light work of the King Slime. Look at that, just mowing it down. The King Slime's already at half health. Here we go, it's almost dead. And there you go. And there you go. Good job everyone for defeating the King Slime. So far we defeated the Eye of Cthulhu, the Brain of Cthulhu, the Queen Bee, and now the Slime King. Good job my nephews for making it this far. You've done me proud. So far that's gonna be all for bosses and for events for right now. In any case, if the bee armor isn't your style, I've got another armor coming for you. So that is the Meteorite armor. How do you get Meteorite armor, you ask? Well, good for you, I know just the answer. So the event has a 50% chance of occurring after you destroyed a shadow orb or a crimson heart. But hold up, just don't mine it straight away, because we are unequipped to mine this thing. What we need is an obsidian skull. How to get an obsidian skull? You're gonna need to mine obsidian. And to mine obsidian, you're gonna need to mine underground deep enough where there's lava around. So when there's lava, you're gonna want to drop some water pockets into it. You're gonna need, I think, at least a tungsten level pickaxe or a gold level pickaxe to mine the obsidian. And then with that, you make an obsidian skull. And with that, you're gonna have invulnerability to burning blocks. So most likely, you're going to get a prompt saying that a meteorite has landed in your world. You look around your map to see where the meteorite has spawned. So this is what it looks like. So personally for me, you're gonna want 3 or 4 things. You're gonna want the meteorite armor, you're gonna want the space gun, you're gonna want the ham axe, and as an optional thing, you can have the phase blade. For the armor, you're gonna need 45 bars. Space gun, you're gonna need 20 bars. Ham axe, you're gonna need 20 bars, and phase blade, you're gonna need 15 bars plus 10 gems of your choice. So the meteorite armor is mainly used for magic weapons. But the perk of having the meteorite armor is to have unlimited ammo for the space gun. And personally, I think the space gun is a pretty good weapon to have in pre-hard mode. Just a little tidbit, just a little optional thing, water walking boots. You're gonna want water walking boots later down the road. Personally, you can try your luck on either ends of the map. In the ocean areas, usually they always have a water chest there. So once you get water walking boots, it's usually good to have for the future. And that's all I'm gonna say for now. So that about wraps up the tutorial today, guys. Hopefully I make another tutorial after this, fingers crossed. Hopefully I don't go on hiatus again or something. That about wraps up for this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next one. See ya.